Hey guys, how's it going? M Gaming here, and today we're back with another video. And today, this is sort of my predictions video for the September 7th event in New York, the PlayStation Theater. A really big, bit of gaming, news is going to come out of that. Whatever it may be, I'm going to give my thoughts now. At first, I thought it was just going to be the new PlayStation system, but there may be some other things that are coming out that I think we're going to see from the show. And I'm going to give my reasons for why I think they're going to bring it. Is it going to be successful? Things they need. So this may be a little bit of a lengthy video. I'm not too sure. But on top of that, why do I think they're going to show more than just the Neo? Because they are streaming this online all around the world. I think it's even live from PlayStation. I'm not too sure about that, but if they do, they're going to try and create just like E3 Paris Games Week. I don't even believe PlayStation Experience. I could be wrong. I may actually be wrong about that, so I do apologize. But whenever there's an event, they try and live stream it from the PS4, so they try and make it a really good event. So yeah, I think there's going to be more than just one thing, or there'd be no point streaming it. You just put it online, announce it on the Sony website. So I think there'll be a few things in there. So the big one, and the one we're probably going to spend most time talking about, is the PlayStation 4 Neo, the PlayStation 4K. Probably not going to be not called either of those names you watch, but yeah. So it's been rumored for a very, very long time. I've brought this on my channel. Feels like a goddamn year. I don't know how long it's been. You'd have to go back to my first Neo video about this. Yeah, there's been an absolute, a ton of info, ton of rumors. It's kind of swapped around. A lot similar, a lot different, so we'll have to kind of wait and see what it's going to be. But from my opinions, what is this machine going to be? I think Sony's gone back to the drawing boards. There was no reason they couldn't have shown Neo at E3. I don't think it would have affected sales. I don't think it would have really done nothing. As I've said many a time, and again, I could be completely wrong, but I don't think the PlayStation 4 Neo is going to particularly sell very well. It's going to sell well at the start. It's going to sell well to the hardcore audience. But I don't think as time goes on, it's going to be as popular as the PlayStation 4 regular with a reduced price, in my humble opinion. Now, with that being said, let's get into the specs. There's been rumors for a very, very long time from insiders and all that good stuff that there is two copies of the same machine. There is the 4.2 teraflop one, and there's a 5.5 teraflop dev kit machine. This has been a rumor for a very long time from trusted insiders who even leaked the news about the Neo. So there's two different ones. Sony is obviously not going to be caught with the pants down. They're gonna have a backup if things go wrong. This is not the Sony of old. They're gonna have backups. By the looks of it, and by what Kotaku has said, it looks like they may have gone for at least the 5.5 teraflop one, which again, if there is already two dev kits of the 4.2 and the 5.5, there's absolutely no reason why, if it is 5.5 teraflops, which will be $500 US, that can't drop this year, because there's already two different, dev kits out there that they can manufacture. Is it going to be any more powerful? I would say no. I honestly think that it doesn't really matter if it's 4.2 or 5.5. Really doesn't matter, because you still have to make games for the regular OG PS4. You can't have games not running on that, and with a small install base, developers are going to target the larger install base. Therefore, you're not going to get the full power of this machine, even if it's 5.5 or 7 or whatever, because you have to be forwards and backwards compatible. So to me personally, it doesn't matter. Do I want the most powerful tech? Absolutely. But Either way, I'm happy. Obviously, the more powerful it is, the more money we have to spend. So, yeah, really, it doesn't bother me either way. But let me know, guys. Are you interested? For me, I'm really tempted to get it day one, depending on if it drops this year. But I really want a Horizon Zero Dawn bundle, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Possibly a GT Sport bundle. That'd be nice too. But I'm really feeling a Horizon one. I'm not too sure what you guys think. Let me know. Are you interested? All that good stuff. Now, let's get on to the next bit of news, or rumor, whatever you want to call it. And I think that there is going to be a slim PlayStation 4 drop in at this event. I think it will drop and then be out the same day. I think that's what they kind of do with their slims. So that would make sense. I think they're gonna target to be the cheapest 4K Blu-ray player on the market. I think they're gonna, try and undercut the Xbox One S, because again, Sony's always tried to be the cheapest Blu-ray player, DVD player, and then obviously they want to be the cheapest 4K Blu-ray player. So I think that's what they're going to try and do. I think they're going to try and do that with a slim. I think it's not going to be much slimmer because of the 4K Blu-ray player, but it's going to be a little bit slimmer. It's going to have literally no other advantages over the PS4 apart from being able to play 4K DVDs. It's going to be $250 for a 500 gigabyte model, and then you add $50 extra for X. So 1 terabyte would be 300, 350 for 2 terabytes, all that good stuff. And that's US dollars. Again, I always reference in US dollars, even though I'm English, because that's what Sony does. So you know what I'm saying. But so the slim will drop. I think, yeah, there'll be 3 different versions of it, different hard drive space. But I think, they're going to do that. They're going to drop it the 7th, and I think they're going to have a special custom one for Japan only, for Persona 5. I think that's why they're dropping it before Tokyo Game Show, because if you didn't know, Tokyo Game Show is when Persona 5 is the day of Persona 5, if you didn't already know. So yeah, absolutely. That's why I think they'll drop it. And it'll be really cool, for those who have 4K TVs. It'll be a cheap 4K Blu-ray player. We saw the success of the Xbox One S. So yeah, it definitely should be a, awesome thing. Some people saying Sony's not going to drop a slim. They've dropped a slim every generation. I can't imagine this being any different when you've got the PS1 had one, the PS2 had one, the PS3 had one, the Vita had a, I think, was it a slim or a redesign? So it only makes sense to me that your PS4, the 40 million install base, on track to sell more than the PS2, which is the best-selling home console of all time. It would make sense to me that you make a slim version of that console to get into more people's homes, and I think that'd be really smart. I think that's my second prediction. Let me know, guys, your thoughts. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. I think we'll get a reduced price for the PS4. I think there'll be a permanent price drop to, I think, $250, maybe even $200, to try and, I think Sony's all set out to try and get that. They want to break records with this thing. They've been talking about it ever since the start of this gen, about how they're, close to the PS2 numbers. They've been talking about it for so long. I can't imagine them not trying everything in their everything possible to try and get these things into people's houses. So that's what I think. Let me know your thoughts. So it'll be a permanent price drop for the 500 gig to $200 US. Again, I'm probably going to be wrong with a lot of these predictions, but they're, sort of out there a bit. Some of them are realistic, and you know what I mean. Now, this is probably out there, but I'm going to say it anyway. The PlayStation Vita Trinity. Now, this has been rumored for a while. I'm not too sure if I believe the rumors, but I'm going to put it in the prediction video anyway. PlayStation Vita Trinity would basically be PlayStation Vita 2, or a Sony Xperia something, or something along those lines. Basically, a mobile handheld gaming console like the Vita. They might try and change the name because the Vita, although it has some fantastic games, maybe wasn't the most successful console or handheld. So they might try and change the name. I'm not too sure what they'll do with it, but what I'm expecting, I hope they go all out on it. I hope they, if they're gonna do it, Sony, don't go half-assed with it. Make it as powerful as the NX, which is, you might say, oh well, of course they're gonna do that. Are they? Because they've got, the NX is going to be around about the power of the Xbox One, just a little bit less than the Xbox One. So really, that's a really powerful handheld, and Nintendo's already the king of handheld gaming, just like Sony's the king of consoles. Steam's the king of PC game distribution or whatever. So I think, to really combat that, you need to have at least the same power, if not more powerful, simply because, yeah, you need to match the specs of your nearest competitor in the handheld gaming market. I think, it should be at least the X1, the Tegra X1. There's the X2 as well. It'll be around about $200 to $250 depending on how powerful the system is. But I want them to see, I want to see Sony pretty much copy the NX. And I think you might think that's, they shouldn't copy or whatever, but I think they should, have it where your PS4 plays every single game that your Vita does. Easier, I know you technically can, and you can stream it to the Vita, and you can buy a Vita TV, but make it all in one. Your PS4 works with your Vita and all that good stuff. Have no exclusives on either, make them all compatible. That'd be crazy if they could do that. I think the best way to do it, and I'm looking at my Vita now, is take off the back touch sensors and put in an R2 and an L2 button at the back. That would be really good, if they could kind of, put an R2, L2 at the back, L1, R1, so it makes it easier for, streaming, all that good stuff. And make it so I don't need the Vita TV. You shouldn't have to sell something extra, for it to work. And make sure every game works on the Vita and the PS4. I think if they do that, just like the the NX, it will be very, very successful. Cheap memory cards, of course, that's a biggie in my opinion. They need those cheap memory cards because you can't be charging £50 for a memory card. I think that's completely ridiculous when you can get like a 2 terabyte, 1 terabyte hard drive for your PS4 for the same price. I think that's ridiculous in my humble opinion. So yeah, absolutely. So we got that sorted. Is it true? I'm not too sure, man, because it's like Sony, they're not really supporting the Vita now. So why would they bring out a new Vita? It's kind of third-party games, mobile games, and games that are already on the PS4 kind of being ported over. The only one I really know is Severed. So I'm not too sure, man. Maybe with a new console, a new handheld, this could kind of change the aspect, change what's going on. But we'll have to see. I'll probably pick it up if it's, pretty decent. It looks decent. It's got some decent games. I'll probably pick it up. But I've also got to bear in mind that, the NX, and I know I keep going on about it, but it's going to have a Pokemon game. It's going to have it's rumored of a Metroid game. It's going to have, all the best games on the Wii U on it. So like Splatoon, Mario Maker, all these are going to be playable on it. It's going to be very, very powerful for a handheld. So Sony really needs to knock it out the park if they are going to make this Vita, Trinity, Vita 2, Xperia, whatever they call it. They really need to knock it out the park because Nintendo ain't playing around. Like, they really ain't. With their launch lineup for this NX, it looks crazy good. So the last thing I wanted to talk about was the games. Will we see any games there? of big release shown there, and then we'll just see more of, or the same sections but looking better, of games we've already seen. I think we'll see more of Spider-Man. I think we'll see the same part of God of War just looking better in Neo Vision, or whatever they're going to call it. I think we're going to have maybe some Uncharted, show that developers, there's going to be games that have the patch day one. I assume Uncharted, maybe even Killzone. I mean, Killzone is a absolutely stunning masterpiece in terms of graphics for a game. So it'd be really cool if they kind of had that shown there. Maybe Infamous, again, very much the same. It's a graphical masterpiece of a game. Drive Club, maybe. But there's going to be one big game there, and this is a big, bold prediction, and I'm probably wrong, but I'm going to put it out there to give myself extra points, even though I never count them. I keep forgetting. But I'm going to go for Red Dead Redemption is going to be shown at the conference. It's going to be shown on the PS4 Neo. It's going to have a remaster that's available November. I think they're going to drop it. It's going to be Red Dead Redemption Remaster. I think another bold prediction, but I'm going to go for it anyway. I think Sony may have tied down a deal to maybe get Red Dead Redemption Remaster, not the next Red Dead, but Red Dead Redemption Remaster exclusively, even if it's timed to the PlayStation 4 for the holiday season to launch a song alongside the Neo. And I think we will see a teaser trailer, or maybe even a little bit of gameplay for Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead 3, whatever they call it. To be honest, some people are saying they should call it Red Dead 3. To me, I think they should call it Red Dead Redemption 2. I know that's probably an unpopular opinion, but I think nobody really knew or cared about Red Dead before Red Dead Redemption. So really, Red Dead 2 would probably sell more copies. In my Red Dead Redemption 2 would sell more copies, in my humble opinion. But let me know, guys. Do you agree with anything I said? Have I got everything wrong? Probably. It's a very strong possibility, but who knows? It should be a lot of fun, though. I can't wait. Are you interested in Neo? Is there anything you want specifically to sell you on this system? Are you going to stick to your PS4? Do you not have a PS4 and excited for all the trade-in offers and reduced prices so you can get your hands on one finally? Let me know down below. For me personally, what I need for this system to be a seller to me, even if it's not day one, because of obviously Horizon Zero Dawn's on my radar for maybe a console bundle. But what it needs for me to buy it is a 4K Blu-ray player, which I think it will have. It needs to be quite a lot more powerful. So anything from 4.2 up, if the rumors are again true, I'm happy with that. That's pretty substantial. That's like double the power. So yeah, that's completely fine for me. And then I'd like to see some games maybe running on it. That'd be really cool. Yeah, and I think I understand it's not going to have exclusives or anything, but I'd just like to see a couple of nifty things on it, and I'd probably be sold. But let me know, guys. Again, like I said, are you picking up? Are you interested? You're waiting for the Scorpio? You're waiting for this? Let me know down below. But as always, guys, this has been Eminem Gaming. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in a new video very soon.